just asking for some closure. Baby, won't you just come over one more night? Help me get over you.
My name's Aamir Yaqub. I am an engineer, producer, and I've been fortunate enough to work with many big acts, people like Rihanna, will.i.am, Sia, David Guetta. So today I'm working with Ava Lilly. We are doing some additional overdubs on a mix that I'm finishing up for her song Closure. So yeah, we're working with Ava today. She's a super dope vocalist, and we're just trying to get some double tracks from her. When I received the mix from Ava and the parts, stems for the production, I felt that it could benefit from having some extra stacks done on the lead vocal, particularly in the chorus. And you know, the process of double tracking is just going to help to thicken out the sound and make it feel a little bit more rounded. Because the production is quite minimal and the focus is to be there on the vocals, so hopefully we'll get a nice thick texture from her lead vocal in the chorus particularly. So I'm going to try out 3 different chains to see essentially what is going to suit the record the best, suit Ava's voice the best. So the first chain that I'm going to use is going to be a console style chain, which is going to be using a console EQ and a console compressor. It's quite clean and tight sound. Obviously if I push it, it can be a bit aggressive and punchy usually. However, I'm not going to really try and push it too much today. That's good. So I've got a little bit of compression happening there, a couple of boosts in a couple of spots, and I think we are good to go. You ready for another take? Cool.
Closure, I'm just asking for some closure. Baby, won't you just come over one more night? Help me get over you.
So the second chain I'm going to try out is probably my most preferred chain. It's a bit of a go-to for me. It's the BAE 1073, which I just absolutely love on vocals as an EQ and preamp kind of stage. And then that would be followed by an FET 78, which is going to give me like lots of control over any peaks, but also should, you know, give me a nice thick sound.
Closure, I'm just asking for some closure. Baby, won't you just come over one more night? Help me get over you.
The third chain I'm going to try out today is the VPA 76, which is a vintage style preamp into the Tube Child 670 compressor. This should really give me quite a dark, rounded sound, which should help to actually tuck those doubles in a little bit into the song, but it will give me a rich and warm and round sound for all of the doubles.
Closure, I'm just asking for some closure. Baby, won't you just come over one more night? Help me get over you.
I mean, I personally am a huge fan of the routing matrix. It allows you to do so much, basically a virtual patch bay. In today's session, what I was able to do was to take the same mic and route it to 3 different outputs, or 3 different chains as it were. And it's just a case of, you know, just making 2 things connect with each other and then just reconnecting to the other chain, and then you can just go back into your DAW and you can just record it. You know, it's so simple to use.
Baby, won't you just come over? Baby, won't you just come over? Baby, won't you just come over?
One thing I love particularly about the Zen Tour Synergy Core is that you can just grab it and put it in your bag. It's like really small and compact, and the build is really good as well. So it feels rugged, it doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything like that. And it's good to have something that's reliable in that sense, but is also really portable, like 2 cables and the unit, and I can set up anywhere I need to. And that's great because again, I can just take the Antelope sound with me wherever I want. You know, my effects will load in the same way and I can work in essentially the same manner. I love the fact that you get a really clean sound. I love the fact that you are able to reamp and do things like that. There's lots of inputs and lots of outputs. The mic preamps sound great. When you monitor back, you get a really clear and crisp sound. I'm a fan of that as well because, you know, in the mix work that you do, whether you're coming out of the monitor outputs on the back or the headphone outputs on the front, if I'm on my laptop somewhere or whatever, I can always trust that that sound is very clear and crisp and true. I think today's session went really well. I mean, Ava's an amazing singer, so, you know, it's not that hard to make her sound great, but using the microphone, the interface, and obviously the effects that I was using today, I felt that I got a variety of great sounds for doubles. I find myself using the Zentor more and more, particularly when I can't be in my studio environment where I have my Orion. It's wonderful because I'll be able to go anywhere with the Antelope sound.